I'm just glad he's paying me because Mike is just an...
Rolling.
What? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, it's time for your weekly Fix the Funny. Can I get another one of these? I'm going to need this. I'm about to do this shit. So I'm okay, I swallowed it. So grab a cocktail, take those pants off, and treat yourself to the sexy bald man that makes you tingle in your special place. Woo! I'm wrong! Got my mind on my money, my money on my mind, bitch! I'm house announcer Chet Jackson, and it's time for the Me, Myself, and I show with Mike Betancourt! Are we done? Yes.
Me, myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. It's me, myself, and I. Look at that, right there. Boom. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Me, Myself, and I, episode 139. 139. I don't know why I just did that like I was a pirate. I don't know why I just did that and said, oh, welcome to 139 episodes. Oh, you must find the hidden treasure. You found it here on Me, Myself, and I. Welcome to another exciting episode. We have a great lineup. First of all, Happy New Year, everybody. How's everything going? Everything is going great. Everyone that's online, thank you for being here. We have a fantastic episode. We have an actress, a singer, a Reiki Master, Miss Lori Russo-Ocampo is here. Who is she? You're about to find out. She's a hidden gem, and you're about to be blown away. I'm telling you. I'm not just saying that because I'm saying that. I'm saying that because I'm saying that. And she's amazing. She's way in the green. She's like, oh my God, she's ready to jump in, but we got to build it up. So get ready. She's coming here on Me, Myself, and I. And again, Happy New Year to each and every. Okay, hold on. First of all, thank you everyone for watching last week's show and being a part of that. The eve of New Year's Eve Stampede was a huge success, and everyone loved it. And if you want to see the rebroadcast, it's on YouTube right now, youtube.com/MikeBComedy. So go over there. Hold on. If you don't know, wait, you said that fast. Boom. youtube.com/MikeBComedy. So check out the rebroadcast. It was a fantastic show. It was a lot of work, but it was well worth it. So thank you so much. And my opening monologue last week said, what did I say? What did I say last week? I said, let's have a wonderful new year. And if 2021 sucks, we will have a global revolution. Didn't I say that? Right? Didn't I say that? And look what just happened a couple days ago. Really, Trump terrorists? I'm not saying Trump supporters. Really, Trump terrorists? 2021 sucked that bad that you have to storm Capitol Hill? I know everybody's talking about this, but holy crap, dude. Really? You can't do like what we did? Hashtag not my president? That's all you got to do because no one cares. That's all you had to do was go hashtag not my president. But no, you had to break in. You had to jump the wall. You had to break everything and act stupid and and call it a revolution. No. It's not a revolution. That's anarchy. Okay. That is anarchy. I'm a political atheist. I don't believe in either side. They're both screwing us. Okay. You know that. I've said that from the beginning, but Trump terrorists, come on, really? See that? You know what your problem is, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not ladies and gentlemen, but Trump terrorists, you know what your problem is? You were born and raised receiving a participation trophy growing up. This is what happens when you lose. You don't know how to lose with grace. I've lost so many times. I know how to lose with grace. This is how you lose with grace. And you swear it all in. That's what you do. You swear it all in and you shake the victor's hand. You're like, I hate you. That's it. Bottle it in and let it out somewhere else. Don't storm the Capitol Hill. Guess what? Now they're going to have ultimate surveillance on us. Thank you. 1984 is now here. Great job, Trump terrorists. Appreciate it. Speaking of person that is not a Trump terrorist, let's keep moving along because I'm so excited to see him. And it's time for Dustin's Thoughts.
Woo! What is up, everybody? Happy New Year. It's exciting. I'm excited to share my thoughts with you guys. I'm going to keep them very quick and very simple this week, guys. Something that's been bothering me for a while. I've held my tongue, hoping 2021 would fix it. 2021 has not fixed it, so now I got to talk about it, guys. I think it's weird that you judge an entire person by their horoscope and their like horoscope sign. I don't get that. I don't understand that mentality. I was on a blind date once and a girl said, we can't continue this date because you're a Scorpio and I don't vibe well with Scorpios. What does that have to do with my sister? My sister's the biggest example of this. My sister the other day told me we don't get along because I'm an Aries and you're a Scorpio. No, Lorena, we don't get along because you're a bitch. I don't care when you were born. And I don't think it matters when I was born. You're just a bitch. So yeah, guys, can we just, moving into the future, can we just get to know the person before we decide?
I disagree because us Geminis, have something to say about that.
Yeah, that's such
Hey, dude, what's up, man? How you doing? How's everything going good? How you been, bro? It's good.
I'm doing good. Oh, God,
us Geminis have something to say about this. We're two sides of the coin, and you don't understand what a horror.
This is my mentor, people.
Bro, I'm so happy to see you, man.
This is terrifying.
Astonishing that you're here on 2021.
Yeah, I didn't think there was anything.
What are you gonna say about us Geminis, bro? I love Dustin. That's funny. He's like, dude, these two guys are weird. Yeah, we're Geminis. Anyways, let's keep moving along. Oh my God, she is here. She's waiting. I got to show you something, okay? She's an amazing actress, an amazing singer, but you're going to see how you're like, oh, she's going singer, really? No, you're just watch this. This is her as Anne Margaret with Elvis Presley. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. All right, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, and you're going to be like, what? She's on the show? Yeah, on Me, Myself, and I. Here we go.
Twisting, I just gotta keep insisting that you are the king. Baby, you got me read up and down, inside out and across. Oh yeah. But in the middle of the night, when the moon is shining bright, you're the most. Yeah. You're the best of everything. You're a peach. You're a diamond. You're the best of everything. Baby, you're my girl. Now the wind comes and knowing which way the wind is blowing. Baby, you sure are wise. Hey, when it comes to knowing, especially when the wind is blowing, baby, you take the prize. Baby, you're genius. When it comes to cooking up some chili sauce. Oh, yeah. But in the middle of the night, when the moon is shining bright, you're the boss. You're the boss. You're the boss.
Classy, right? You don't see singers like that anymore. That is class. Speaking of class, are you ready? Here she is. She's an LA native. She's an actress, a singer, a Reiki master. She is here right now before us, in front of us. Here she is, Miss Lori Russo-Ocampo.
Wow. What a welcome. Oh my God,
Booyah.
that's fantastic.
Lori,
Amazing.
how are you? Happy
I'm
New Year.
so happy New Year, Mike. So happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, how long ago was that when you performed?
Oh my
who was
gosh.
that? I'm sorry.
Believe
who
it
was
or
that?
not, that was on the Elvis Lives tour, and I did that for about 5 years. That's almost about 8 years ago now.
Wow.
But I had my own, I was part of a show called Legends in Concert off and on as a side gig between my acting life. I did my own show as Anne Margaret for about 16 years off and on. So this particular moment there was I had been invited to be part of that show, to be the Anne Margaret in the movie era portion, and they dedicated a whole segment to Elvis and Anne Margaret. So it was a lot of fun to travel with that show.
Wow. You know what's so great about you and acting? I don't see you. I just see Anne Margaret. You've had such a. I found this picture. I hope you don't mind me sharing this, because this right here just shows how much in character you are. This is it. Yes, look at that. That's Anne. That's you.
Yes, that's
Anne
me.
Margaret. And you look just like your eyes and even your teeth is like an
Thank you.
Anne
Well, it's
Margaret.
amazing what lighting and makeup and hair can do. So
Stop being an actress and actually consume the compliment. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You look just like her.
Thank you. Well, you know what? I mean, that leads into, body work and stepping into energy and all of that, and kind of taking on that persona, particularly for someone who she talks further back in her mouth, and she's very soft, and the whole way she moves is much, I would say, rounder and softer than my own natural persona. So to do that, you have to kind of allow your body to tell you what to do and step into her energetic quality and find where she sort of lives. And as you do that, it just sort of tells you where to go, what to do. But to learn to sing like her, my voice is similar in timbre, but I have a lot of other classical training. But to sing like her, it was uncomfortable to learn for a while, because she's very much in the back of the throat. And I don't know how much you know about Anne Margaret, but
who doesn't know about Anne Margaret?
Well, when she was young, she fell from a catwalk. Do you know that she fell? Yeah, fell from a catwalk she was in Tahoe, and she fell 20 feet and she broke her jaw, which is why she talks like that. She's got that thing going on with her jaw, and that
oh my God, you just sounded just like her too.
Her jaw had been wired shut, and so I guess it created some sort of limitation, and so it restricts the way she talks. And she talks very low and very soft and down in the back of her throat. So it was an interesting getting in touch with that part of your body to tap into what creates that kind of speech and that kind of singing.
Wow. How long did you study her to get the whole character down?
When I first started studying her, it took me a good 6 months to really get it together. I didn't want to do it. I had friends. I was dancing. I'm a retired dancer, and I was dancing in a lot of production shows at the time in Las Vegas and Tahoe and Atlantic City. And people used to say to me, because believe it or not, my natural hair color is blonde.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so when I was dancing those days, I had my natural blonde hair, and people would say, oh my gosh, you look like Anne Margaret, you move like Anne Margaret. And they would say to me, have you ever thought about, doing a tribute? And I was like, I'm a serious actress. Are you kidding me? No way. They'll laugh me out of town. And it took me a long time to really say, you know what? I could do this and put, the money was pretty good, and that would be a side gig to save my money to pursue other things. And I ended up really loving it and doing it off and on in between other projects for, like I said, about 16 years, and then another 5 years or so with the Elvis Lives tour, just doing sort of a cameo performance for them in that show. But yeah, there was a comedian in her name was Pudgy. I don't know if you ever had heard of her. She's passed on now for several years, but she was at the time considered, and this is in the 80s, she was considered the female version of Don Rickles. And
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
so it's like the modern or the before Lisa Lampanelli was.
Yes, before Lisa Lampanelli,
wow.
Exactly. And I was performing in a show at the Taj Mahal, and I was singing and dancing, and she was she'd come out and do her monologue and do the she was sort of like the host. And she used to, at the end of the show, I would be so embarrassed. She'd announce me as Anne Margaret's daughter. And this was before I ever even had considered doing anything like that. So it was quite a sort of a natural, I guess, organic transition into
the universe was calling you towards that.
Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah.
Yeah, Geminis know that. Geminis know about the universe.
That's right.
But I took your work. What's great about you? I took your workshop. And your workshop is about character movement. And I've taken acting classes and I've read books, but not one word has it ever said about character movement. And the way you transform into a character without even saying one word was just, like you said, I felt so much different energy. Do you want to explain how you developed that workshop?
Well, for me, different actors work different ways, right? So for me, because most of my life I had a heavy dance background and my life was very physical, my way into acting and creating characters is from the outside in, that I like to use my body. And so as I began to study and work and develop my own skills and what I felt comfortable with, I began to explore techniques of getting in touch with the energy of my body, observing people, and how through the work and suggestion of like Michael Chekhov, there's a guy named Meyerhold, which was a Stanislavski contemporary in those days, who was it was based on biomechanics and using the body in different ways to create characters, and so through observation, through becoming in tune with knowing how your body works and knowing where you hold your own energy and what thoughts and feelings that brings up, you then can interpret that and take material from an actor's standpoint. Wow. And as you begin to imagine and watch and look at other people and begin to move like other people or animals is another way you can do it. National Theatre does a lot of that. In England, they do a lot of work like that they focus on animal work to create a human being. And as I had shared, you can make it as large as you want or as small as you want. You can distill it down just even to an eyeball look or a raising of an eyebrow. But when you begin to utilize your body using the instrument and allowing the energy sort of to tell you, where does someone hold their energy? Do they walk from their chin? Do they walk from their shoulders? Do they walk from their knees? It begins to give you a whole psychological life and emotional life that sort of takes over your body, and then you can notice that it will feed the change of your voice, perhaps the rhythm of your breathing, and you can apply it as large or as small as you need it or want it in any character. Also, Laban, Laban, was the work too that he used, what they call efforts, where it's a span of flow of weight, time, space, flow, weight, time, and space, and you can utilize that whether you're indirect or direct person, are you, I want to take my notes because I want sustained or sudden. Are you a person like my energy? I would be like a sudden person. A sustained person would be more, they just kind of sustain the way they talk and the way they move. And you can create characters built using your body and your body's energy based on these kind of elements that Laban talks about. Wow. So it's fascinating.
Like basically like it's meditation.
It is
as well, but you're creating a character and you're bringing it to life while meditating and channeling through the universe.
Absolutely. There's a question. What current actor do I feel uses these traits well? One of the biggest ones I would say is Daniel Day-Lewis.
Nice.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Benedict Cumberbatch. If you have not seen it and you're into theater, you could go to stream Frankenstein version from a stage version of Frankenstein that the National Theater put on, and the body work that Benedict Cumberbatch does in Frankenstein is unbelievable. He spends about 20 minutes without saying a word being born as this creature, and his voice work, his body work, and his development of learning how to walk and become a human being is insane. So yeah, somebody has a question.
Actually, Mr. Dustin Wood has a question.
Hi, Dustin.
Hey, Lori. By the way, I watched a lot of your stuff on YouTube today in preparation. You are incredibly talented.
Thank you.
And as a nerd, I'm nerding out because you look like the real life version of Jessica Rabbit, and it's driving me crazy right now. So, sorry if I'm blushing. Us Scorpios notice that type of thing.
Well, you know, Scorpios are very sexy.
Thank you.
There you go.
Hey, Mike, can you leave us? We're having a moment here.
Sure, no problem.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Go ahead and ask your question, buddy.
Okay, so you brought up Benedict Cumberbatch, who I believe even in the Sherlock series he did with the UK, he did a lot of body work, being uptight and walking with his nose, as you mentioned before, with his nose up in the air type thing. And I'm a theater major. I graduated as theater major, and I love the stuff you're talking about, like, I remember in school being told when you're trying to act drunk, people that act drunk don't seem drunk, but if you act like you're in a sauna, that sweaty, that like kind of sweaty, lethargic feel.
Well, that's a great energetic quality to take on, kind of like going through water or going through mud. And then at the same time, try not to be drunk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because drunk people try to act like they're not drunk. It's the funny thing. So my question is, with all of these modern movies nowadays, a lot of them just filmed in tiny studios, no bigger than this room, with green screen all around.
True.
Do you think like your method helps with that? Because it seems like movies nowadays, more than anything, aren't sets and props. It's make-believe with a green screen and a tennis ball.
I think that kind of work actually would even enhance and make it better for one, having nothing to work with, because as long as you've got your energy and everything vibrating internally, you can dial it up or dial it down, and you can be living in silence or living in stillness, living in and not really needing anything else around you. If you really have done a lot of the body work, I think it's way beneficial, particularly in film and television. Using body work doesn't mean to be big or to be large. It can, but you can always tone something down. It's harder to really put it out there, and you have to learn where your limits are and how far you can go, because when you do that, sometimes it's a surprise, and it informs us as actors. We learn from our own exploration, and if you hold yourself back and don't really involve your body work, you don't even know how far you can go. You have no idea of what your limits can take you.
Is there any way we could try one of your workshops right now, live?
At this point, I don't have any workshops going on because of COVID, right? I should probably set one up via online.
Can we try something now that you taught in your workshop with me and Dustin?
Oh my gosh! Well, we would have to get up and walk around. We'd have to get up and.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, the best thing I can do is we can lead into meditation, because focus and meditation and getting grounded is really very similar to getting still and quiet and emanating energy as an actor to be very, very razor sharp concentration. And so my world of meditation and Reiki I've been a spiritual person all my life. My mother raised me that way. She was a true blue psychic, as they say. And yes, and she was my greatest spiritual teacher. And I had always had interest in meditation. I fell away from it as a young person, and then as I got older, and I lost my mother, and I was very close to her, so I was grieving very, very badly. And how I found Reiki was I was living in New York at the time, and I was taking a private class, voice class for the actor, not singing. And she said to me, she says, "Lori, there's not enough joy in your voice." And I said, "What?" She says, "Have you ever heard of Reiki?" I said, "No, I'd heard a lot of other things, but not Reiki." And she said, "Why don't you try it if you're interested? And it can really kind of help you get grounded and overcome." I had tried everything. I had kept trying my own meditation. I had read self-help books. I had even gotten a reading from somebody, and nothing really was working. And when I went to my first Reiki session from somebody, it was so profound and so moving, so deep. I knew at that instant, not only did I want to apply it to my own life, but I wanted to help and be of service to other people. So that began my journey in 2003, and I became a Reiki Master in 2007. Wow. And so I've had on the side a practice working with people, but I've applied Reiki to my acting work, to my creative work. And what it does is it raises the electromagnetic fields in and around your own body. It brings natural healing. It brings focus using breath work. And then I apply more meditation to get grounded, get focused, have clarity. It helps with confidence. It expands your imagination. It does all kinds of things, but it's like anything else, any other skill or tool, the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the more it builds up, and the more I think balance you begin to experience in your life.
Do you feel like?
Is there any way we can try that now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, you want to try something now? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry, Dustin. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, as a spiritual, you said your mom is a spiritual person, and you kind of lost grasp of that. And do you kind of feel like now that was her in a way leading you towards that? Because none of that worked.
Hey, what an in-tune dude you are. Listen, yes, I really do. I think
Scorpio, baby.
I think that in one way, yes, I think it was in an ironic, profound way. It was a blessing, because she was calling to me to lead me sort of back onto a path that really has brought me great joy and great purpose in another way, in addition to my creative life. So thank you for that question.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Great. It's interesting because right now, all three of us, unfortunately, lost our parents, and now we're all connected together because of that. I lost my father when I was 15, and unfortunately, Dustin lost his mother. And one time we had a phone call, Dustin and I had a conversation, and he was troubled about something. And what was the first thing I said to you, Dustin?
You talked to your mom about it.
Right. I said, meditate and talk to your mom about it, because she's speaking to you, and she spoke to, and your mother spoke to you, Lori. I mean,
listen,
because of this.
I will tell you this, is that my it took me a long time that my mom was so concerned for me. She hung around so strongly for so long. I finally had to say, "Hey, I'm really good now. I love you, Mom, so much, but please, you do not have to spiritually coddle me any longer. I'm okay."
Funny. Spiritual coddle.
She's like, "You sure you want to eat that?" And you're like, "Mom, I need the profound stuff."
You close the spiritual door. You slam the spiritual door on her.
Slam the spiritual door.
Boosh! No, she. Yeah, no, really, it's true. I believe in all of that stuff. I was raised. Listen, like I said, my mom was a psychic, so I'm kind of a weirdo. I was raised in a household that there were,
we're all weirdos. We're all good. We're all the
lights were going on and off, and at the time the gas stove would be turned on and off, and doors would slam, and all kinds of crazy things. So I could get
By
that
the
could
way,
be a
I just
whole
wanna say,
other conversation about that.
I just want to say
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on your mom's good side. That's all I want
Yeah.
to say right now. I'm very glad. So let's try this. Let's try this meditation to keep us focused.
Okay,
This will be
so
fun.
so what the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your feet are planted flat on the floor
Okay.
and that your spine is straight. And if you can lean back against your chair or just make sure that it's comfortable. Okay. And what your next thing you're going to do is you can either close your eyes or you can just put a soft gaze, like just towards the floor or down, and begin to breathe from your lower abdomen. And I use an energy center called the Hara in Reiki. It's Hara, called the Hara. It's the energy center of creation, and it's located 2 inches below the belly button. And so you're going to take a nice, deep, slow breath in from your lower abdomen through your nose and gently release through your mouth. And if you want to, put your hands gently on your lower abdomen, just so that you can feel your breath as you're breathing. And then just take note of your breath, natural breathing, no modulating it or straining it or trying to designate where it goes at any time. Just let it be where it is in this moment. And then as you continue to breathe, take note of any tension that you might be grasping or holding on to in your maybe your lower back or shoulders, or in your face, in your eyes, anywhere. And on each exhale, allow your body to just relax and release. And let it melt into the surface that you're sitting. With each inhale and exhale, release. And then at this moment, bring your attention to the middle of your eyes, between your eyebrows. And just put some gentle focus there. And this is your 6th chakra on your body, known as the intuition, wisdom, connection to your spirit and high self. And then all you need to do is focus on your breath and observing from your third eye, right there between your eyebrows. And anytime your mind begins to wander, just bring your focus back to your breath and then observe through your third eye. And the color of this chakra is indigo. And take a nice deep breath in from your lower abdomen. And release. And just begin to take note of your own body and any thoughts or feelings or any energy shift. No judgment. And now just bring your focus real quickly before we finish this to your heart center and offer yourself some gratitude for participating today in this moment, and offer yourself some compassion and know that all is well. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes.
Wow.
Man.
You feel good?
Wow.
That is incredible. I think
I
I
can
just
never
forgave
do
Robbie
that.
Wilm for not inviting me to his birthday in 3rd grade.
I can never do what you did. You did such a great job. I'd be like, come on, meditate. You're just like, by the way, just calm yourself down. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Now I'm like
So-
this. Right
So
now.
I do
Wow.
a
Man.
weekly every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I invite. It's free. It's just a free offering that I offer to the community through Zoom that I post as an event on my Facebook page.
Yes.
To invite people to come to learn how to apply breathing techniques. I give a guided meditation, which is usually about 30 minutes long. And then I talk about, before we start, the intention of what it's about, and kind of hopefully build tools up for people to use little by little in their daily life to begin to get over feeling shy or awkward or afraid or, it's woo-woo and foreign. Because, meditation, you slow your breath down, it feeds the oxygen, it regenerates your cells. It really is something that is a practical tool for anxiety and stress and depression and all kinds of things. And when we take the stigma away from it, then you can apply it to working, your creative life, and your craft as an artist, or anything that you want to apply it to. So I do that, and I also have pre-recorded meditations on an app called insighttimer.com. I don't know if I can type this
I can
in.
put that up.
Insighttimer.com.
You hear my voice? I'm like all calm.
Yeah, please.
I can do that for
Allow
you
me-
now.
allow me to type
I'm
that,
sorry. What was that again?
Sensei.
Insight.
Timer. Insight.com. Yeah. And that would be under Lori Russo-Ocampo, insighttimer.com.
Insighttimer.com.
Yeah, my maiden and married name. And then I also have a YouTube channel that I'm just starting to, in the embryo stages of building, that I'm putting other meditations on. And then I'm going to maybe put some stuff about Reiki and
What is your YouTube channel?
use as a platform for,
What is your, I'm trying to type it in for you.
Yeah,
What is your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Mike sounds like Barry White when he's
Yeah.
relaxed.
When I'm meditating. Oh, baby.
That is called, it's capital LRO, my initials, LRO, media, heart-centered creations. Because I kind of want to expand it into creative projects and things like that.
Centered?
Heart-centered creations.
Creation. Okay.
Mike,
LR
do you see the comments? We almost
What are the
hold
Lori's
hold on.
meditation almost caused a car accident.
Hold on. Let's see. What is it?
Oh no, don't do this.
Brian
I
Harris
should
is great.
I
Now
should
have
have
to leave.
prefaced that. If you're driving, don't do it.
Well, why are you watching the show while you're driving? First of all, why are you watching the show while you're driving?
Although you could
That
do
is
a
your
meditation anytime, anywhere, but make sure you keep your eyes open.
Well, Lisa, great. Now I have to leave the show. Meditating driving does not mix. Rear-ended the car in front of me. This isn't good. So look, he's texting. And he just admit that he's on the phone. Did you just set yourself up for a big ticket, Brian?
Oh my God! I'll send you some
Good
Reiki
Lord.
energy to maybe move that past. Get that out of there.
Justin, any other questions, my friend?
I had one more in the chat, and then I'll leave you guys alone. I appreciate this so much.
No, this is awesome. Thank you very much for everything.
Lori, you're amazing. This is
Oh
an
gosh,
awesome
I'm having such a blast. Thank you so much.
Good. So I saw the clip of with the Elvis tour. What was it called? The tour that you were on?
That one was called Elvis Lives.
Elvis Lives.
And-
Okay, so
Mhm.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
No. I was just going to say that was a show. It had three different guys doing three different eras of Elvis.
Oh,
The
nice.
early,
wow.
his early years, and then it did the movie years that I was part of, and then it did his later years. It was a pretty cool show. Yeah, it was fun.
That's so cool. So
Mhm.
Elvis seems like maybe the most impersonated human being on earth.
Yes.
So, as someone that was around the best of the best from three
Yes.
different eras, what do you think separates a great Elvis impersonator from the, you know, the cheesy Vegas, you
Oh
know, wedding
gosh,
chapel
well
ones.
now be careful now, because I have so many, I've worked with so many Elvises, I can't even tell you. But I call them Elvi, and I do that lovingly.
Elvi.
You
But
pluralized Elvis.
but I mean, that's lovingly, please. I have so many friends who are such wonderful, and please, they're tribute artists that tribute to Elvis. But really, what I would say is some of the best that I've seen. First of all, they have to be able to move well, right? They have to be able to hit the high notes. They have to have an organic sensuality without trying. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that I think that are not only good showmen, but the ones that really transcend and sort of become Elvis to me are the ones that can embrace and embody his humility. Because there was also
nice.
there was a great gentleness to him and a humbleness to him, and he was every man wanted to be him and every woman wanted to be with him, you know. So he was kind and embracing to everyone. And the ones that I have worked with that have been able to kind of embody that as well, being gracious and kind to all of them around them, they seem to just, like, you know, transcend. I've had the privilege of really getting to work with some of really wonderful, wonderful people that are really good Elvises. But I have a lot of great friends that are amazing tribute artists. That's a whole other world. It's sort of like my theater world and then flash dance, you know, boom.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
So, anyway, yeah, that's a fact. And I have some really great friends that you should have on if you're interested in that kind of thing and you want to know more about that to refer you to.
More Elvis?
Well, Elvi or other art tribute artists that are
Elvi.
amazing.
Absolutely. Bring them on.
Amazing people, amazing friends.
Tribute artist. I like that.
And I want to give a shout out to my dear friend, Adam Chester, who, by the way, is an amazing singer-songwriter. And
we got time. You got plenty of time. I
don't know how much time I have.
No, we got time. You feel rushed right now. So hold on, Dustin. I'm going to give her more of the screen.
Thank you so much, Lori.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you for your amazing questions. And I appreciate it. Great talking to you and meeting you.
There you go. Awesome. Go ahead. Now you have.
Yeah. So he wrote the original music. But if you go on to insighttimer.com and you listen to the meditations that I had collaborated with him on, I had that idea. Oh my God! I wanted to create meditations that weren't just music that was sort of generic. I went to him and because each chakra has a different frequency and musical note that goes along with it, along with the color scheme and the, energetic quality. And so I approached him because I've known Adam since college, and we have been friends and followed each other's careers, and I've worked with him before. And I had a unique knowledge that he had at one time. I hope, Adam, if you're listening, it's okay that I share that he had Reiki experience in the past. And so when I had this idea, I thought, oh my God, what a perfect, I think, collaboration, because he gets it. Aside from the fact that he's just a musical genius. And so if you want to know more about Adam, you can find him on his YouTube channel, youtube.com, I think it is, Adam Chester. And then a cool fact about him is he's also known for being the surrogate Elton John. He's been his rehearsal pianist with his band and has traveled with him and performed with him, I think, as well, over more than 20 years, I think it is now. But anyway, I'm just proud of him and I'm bragging on him a little bit. But I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. And
maybe Adam can come on the show one of these days.
If he would love to, and he's he's funny, he's fun, he's brilliant, and he would probably be able to play a bunch of music for you because he does also live stuff from the Sunset Marquee in LA that he's plays with, and he does live concerts, I think weekly or so. But you should catch him, and if you're interested, I'll try to hook you guys up.
Perfect. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could be a tribute artist for any famous actor or musician, who would it be? Who would
You mean if I had a choice to be a different tribute artist person,
Yes.
or to perform for?
Perform for or become?
Oh my goodness! You know, it's funny. I don't really know, because I think that for me, the Anne Margaret was such an organic fit in a way. If I had to choose somebody else that this is going to sound strange because it would be totally probably not non-popular. But I would love to do Connie Francis.
Okay.
Now that's a really old fashioned, but I love her voice and her songs, and but no, I'm sure it's such an odd one to be doing that it wouldn't be popular today. Everybody, you gotta do one that's like hip and now. So
not necessarily. I don't believe that anymore. Hip and now is too fast. Hip and now just happens. Hip and now. It doesn't last like forever. Like what lasts forever is great talent, great music.
Yes.
People that put their effort into it. Like in one of your credits, you worked with Andy Williams. I've had the great. He's got this timeless song that everyone listens to every single year.
Yeah, and listen. Moon River is huge.
Yes.
Another song, and now it's a most wonderful time of the year. Let me just correct you. He recorded that and made that famous. He did not write that song. He did not write. He did not write his songs. But he collaborated with some great people and made. Do you know that there are actually words to the theme song to The Godfather that he made famous? That song. Yes.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes. But that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was still a kid. I toured with him for about 2.5 years. It was one of the biggest jobs. From the time I was 20, I'm trying to remember the age, 22 to 25.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind and caring, and we traveled by his private jet. I mean, I traveled all over the country. We went to Japan. We went all over the place, and I learned so much from him as just kind of, I think, how to be a professional human being and how to treat people. And he was very generous. And then later on, he built his theater in Branson. And I ironically had gone to Branson at one point to work at another theater when I was doing my tribute to Anne Margaret, and I had gone to visit him. So it was nice to be able to reunite with him after so many years. But I've had the great fortune to work with some wonderful people and do some wonderful things, touring with Broadway National Tour of 42nd Street and Meet Me in St. Louis, and I understudied Debbie Boone, and I mean I've been very, very fortunate, and so I'm can't complain. Amazing way to travel the world and meet people and learn great things from people. Do I remember any of the lyrics?
What do you
speak? I think very, very little. Speak softly, love, and something close to my heart. So I don't know. I can't remember. I love you now. I love you only. Speak softly, love, and hold me close into your heart. That's too low for me. But yeah, you should.
I would never see the Godfather's same again. I'm like, right before he kills somebody, I'm gonna hear you and see you. It's like you're gonna be swimming with the fishes. Then Lori's coming out with the fishes. You're going, you're gonna die with a face now. And then
No.
I'm like, okay, I'll die. No problem.
Oh my God. Piece of performance is art she's most proud of. Piece of art. I did a one-woman play about Isadora Duncan. I'm proud of a few performances, shows that I've done of theater, but one of my very favorites, I toured off and on for about 7 years from the inception of a one-woman play called Love Isadora about Isadora Duncan. And if you're not familiar with her, she was really the grandmother of modern dance. Before, this is what she died in 1927. She lived a passionate, crazy life, and she was a bohemian, and she knew the likes of, Stanislavski, and that's what's the circles of people that she traveled around with. And she had children by Gordon Craig, who was a very famous scenic designer of those days. One of her great friends was Eleonora Duse, the great Italian actress historically. And she based her dance. She danced barefoot and in togas, and she based her movement on the Grecian statues. And she was at one point she was thrown out of the country. She was born here in Berkeley, and she lived most of her life in Europe. And she loved the idea of teaching children to dance from their soul, from their spirit, not because she wanted them to learn how to dance particularly, but because she wanted them to become good people, loving, kind people that could feel their souls through their bodies, and it would influence how what kind of human beings they would be on this earth. And she tried and she also had a child by a singer, the guy who had the Singer sewing machines. Anyway, Paris Singer. She died tragically in a car. She would wear long scarves, and it was in a Bugatti sports car, and she was 50 when she died. And she got into the car. Went off on a date with this young Italian guy in an Italian car, and the scarf blew back and got caught in the wheel, and it snapped her neck. But she was thrown out of the country at one point because she was stamped as a Soviet, she would, but she loved the idea of free schools. No child would have to pay for dance lessons. So she wanted to build a school in Russia and in Greece and in all these places that were being funded by patrons that would come and watch her dance. And then she'd spend 2 hours orating to them about life and love and freedom of love and children and this. And but she also was as she got older, after her children died, all of her children died. Two in a drown in the River Seine, and she kind of lost her mind after that. And she was a terrible alcoholic, but she was the most amazing, fascinating, passionate woman. And so when I had the opportunity to do it, it was such an honor, such an honor. And you may know my dear friend, Janice Stevens, who's an amazing actress and director and teacher here in Sacramento, but she travels around and does a lot of stuff. She directed that piece. Oh, wow. And it was by a playwright known Rick Foster, who writes mostly for historical characters. And so he gave me the permission to do that play, the second person ever that I was allowed to perform that.
That's a huge honor.
So wow. I went on and on and on about it, but it made such an impact on my life, and she made an impact on my life, Isadora Duncan. What an amazing human being. So yes, that was when that's one that I'm most proud of.
Wow. What do you think is the most important step in making body work believable?
Well, making body work believable, you just have to allow it to live. You have to connect energetically to it. You can't push too hard, work too hard. You have to allow your body to relax, and you have to commit to it 100%. And you have to not judge yourself and just let it happen. Once you put the exploration and work into it, you just have to let it, I guess, just settle in, and you have to let yourself get in the passenger seat if you can, a little bit.
Wow. So basically come out of your body and just let the body move and control
Let it,
you.
Well, it's always a collaboration, but you have to relax. You have to, become sensitive to the energetic qualities and information that are being given to you, so that you just become symbiotic with it, right? With the homework that you already do and how it fits into whatever character or information story that you're having to tell. Right.
Interesting. Wow. I'm just,
I know.
I'm just like, oh, wow, this is amazing. No, this is all amazing stuff. You have, honestly, we've been here like an hour right now, and I'm just completely just blown away of everything that you've taught.
And here I was so worried. I thought, oh my God, am I going to have enough to talk about?
You want more.
It's just like,
you want more.
It has flown by. I have had such a great time so far.
No, this is great.
Well,
you need to run for president and teach
no,
America how to
never.
relax. I think that's what it is. I think you need to teach America how to relax.
Well, what I will tell you is that more than ever, meditation and mindfulness and breath work is really the key to sort of not being swept up into the frenzy of craziness. You can, the more you do it and the more you can settle in, go within, stop grasping at things in the world, whether it's, mentally, emotionally, stop being needy, stop judging, stop, and it's baby steps all the time. You can't just automatically go cold turkey, because we're human beings and we have, a lot of crap that we got to let go of. But it's the effort of making it a practice every day. Something, just settle down, little pony, just get still and breathe. And, and it's not about pushing everything away. It's about breathing through it and kind of letting it go in a graceful, compassionate, forgiving way. And what I try to say to people that come to my offerings of meditation is, you can't force something to happen. You can't expect, change to take place immediately. But the more you become more in tune with who you are, really who you are, and you can't deny your feelings, you can't deny your crap, you can't pretend that there's ignore the elephant in the room. You have to learn how to integrate and gently hold space, have forgiveness, so that piece by piece things begin to shift. There becomes a gentle quality that steps in. You got to soften your heart a little bit. Doesn't mean you're going to be somebody's doormat, or you think that all the terrible things in the world, are okay, and that you're saying that's fine. You don't have to agree. You can agree to disagree, but you can still get centered, and you can still have your own sense of self and be calm and approach life with grace and dignity and a positive attitude from a practical standpoint. Doesn't mean, flowers and, woo-woo and pretending to living on a cloud. It just means let's get practical, let's get real, but I don't have to get swept up in all the crap along the way.
Wow. And the main thing that really struck right there, what you say, is forgiveness. A lot of people don't know how to forgive themselves, and they get
Forgive
lost.
them. That's the biggest thing that I've learned is, for me, is forgiveness comes. You have to start to learn how to forgive yourself first. Forgive yourself for the things you might have said or haven't said, the things you've done or you haven't done, the things that you shoulda, woulda, couldas, whatever that may be. We're human beings. We make mistakes, and you have to say, okay, and that's where humor and love comes, is really good. When you can learn to laugh at yourself and say, well, that really sucked, or I shouldn't have done that, instead of beating yourself up.
God, I know. Especially us artists. We beat ourselves up more than anybody sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta turn it to the other side of the coin and say, well, crap, that was really, and have a laugh about it, and what I call soften your heart or touch your heart, like with a gentle smile, like, the laughing Buddha, just ever so gently, ever so softly, as if you were handling yourself, as if you handle or are holding a baby. You're gonna be as kind and as gentle, and let them know that they are safe and okay. And somehow when we're adults, we begin to feel awkward and strange, like that's a weird thing to do to ourselves, when in fact, that is really necessary. And so we go to the external things of pampering. I love facials and I miss my facials, man. I can't wait till I can go get one. But, we pamper ourselves with facials and spas and, or medicate ourselves with, drugs and alcohol or whatever, or food, when really what we're needing is ourselves to go inside and go, you know what, it's going to be all right. I hear you. I know you're upset. I know I don't feel good. I know I'm pissed off. Whatever it is, I'm frustrated. I'm scared. And when we just name it, breathe through it, settle down, be quiet for a minute, and say, okay, whoa, and then step forward and try to move on. That's really what we need.
Wow. That settles everything right there. There's you can't top that right. That is such sage advice. And honestly, Lori, that is honestly the best thing that everyone that's watching and listening to this podcast right now to end the show off of. That is amazing. I always like to ask my guests, what advice would you give? And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it right there. I'm speechless. Myself, and I is speechless today. Right now, because Lori, that was absolutely I'm just shocked. That's amazing advice. Thank you very much for the
God, I've had such
advice.
a great time. I really am so grateful, and thank you so much. And it's been fun and easy peasy, and it flew by, and I'm so appreciative. So
I don't think the show should be called Me, Myself, and I think it should be just called Lori. That's it. It should just be called Lori, because if you guys been watching Lori, it's been an amazing time. No, thank you very much. I really appreciate this today.
Thank you.
Dustin, you want to say goodbye to Miss Lori?
Yeah, Lori, again, amazing. What a great interview.
Thank you.
You are, I 100% mean this. You are a very positive and special person, and I wish more people in the world were like you. And I think maybe we would be in a lot better place as a country if we had more positivity in it. So
yeah,
awesome. Also, I'm up for naming the show maybe Meditation with Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, I thought he was going to say the Dustin Show. Yes, Meditation with Jessica Rabbit. Absolutely.
Wow. Hilarious.
I thought he was going to hog the show.
Boy, that would certainly get them in there in the seats.
Sorry, that was the other Gemini.
It was
put down my guest.
That's a marketing tool right there.
I know, right? I'm saying something nice and positive, and he cuts me off. Perfect.
Sorry, what? I'm just kidding.
Very sweet.
Love you, Dustin.
It was awesome to talk to you. Thank you so much for being a guest.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I've had a great time.
Thank you very much, Dustin. And by the way, folks, you can find Lori on Instagram.com/Russo-Ocampo. Everything on that profile, you can follow her, go down that wormhole. Meditation on Sundays, right? On your Facebook page, correct?
Yes.
What time? 11?
11. Well, it's an invitation event to Zoom
Okay.
that they'd have to link into, but I post it every Sunday and I do a live right before it, about 20 minutes to remind people to log on if they want to.
Okay. Well, follow her on Instagram and then she'll lead you down the path. And good luck because it's awesome. By the way, you can also follow Dustin at Instagram.com/adorkable Dustin Wood. Also, folks, if you missed the live broadcast, not a problem because you can find the rebroadcast on YouTube.com/Mike B Comedy. And if you want to get shirts, ladies and gentlemen, I have a t-shirt store. I can tell you where it's at, or right now, check this out. Hold on, excuse me, Laura. I'm going to put you in the green room real quick, and I'll bring you right back. If you want to see the t-shirts, boom. See that right there? See that right there? Scan it. Scan this image with your phone right now. If you scan this image with your phone, you can purchase a t-shirt right now, a Mike B shirt. Okay, there we go. Now back to Lori. Lori, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
I always like to leave this show. Hold on. I think we have some comments. Do we have it? Brian Harlan says, eat 6 meals a day, lift heavy weights, drink a gallon and a half of water a day. Then my body feels great.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Right?
Okay, cool is a nice way of saying, dude, you need some help. But honestly, thank you, Lori. And I always like to say, I always like to leave this show with a prayer. Not from me, but a prayer from Sam Elliott. And now, a prayer from Sam Elliott.
Dear Heavenly Father, give me the strength, for I don't have any patience for stupidity anymore. Everywhere I go, I see someone doing something stupid, and I just want to smack them across the head, but I can't, dear Father, for you are the dude of this universe. Dear Lord, we're in a pandemic, and I'm starting to lose my cool. All I want to do is sit in my leather chair, smoke a Marlboro Red, and drink a beer. Coors, America's beer. Lone Star Barbecue. Amen.
There you go, Lori. Amen. Thank you for being on the show. It was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for your time and knowledge.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, awesome. I really appreciate it.
Can you do me just one favor?
Yeah.
One quick. Can you sing in the Godfather tone? You are listening to me, myself, and I. Is there any possible?
You are. I say da 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 da. You are listening to me, myself, and I.
Yes. Yes. Whoa, that's so awesome. Yes. And that's how we end the show. Thank you, Lori.
Me, myself, and I.
What an amazing show.
It's
One
me,
more time for
myself,
Lori Russo.
and
One more
I.
time. You can follow her on Instagram.com/Russo-Ocampo.
Me, myself,
The
and
Adorkable
I.
Dustin Wood on Instagram.com. Tongue tied. It's okay. It's adorkable. And I'm Gemini, so it's all good. Remember, make sure you check out the rebroadcast on youtube.com/Mike B Comedy. Great show. This is how we end the show from now on. Okay? Like this. Happiness, love, forgiveness. This world is falling apart, but me, myself, and I, we're not going to let it fall apart. Not here. Not now. Everyone, have a great week. Have a great weekend. And we will see you next week.